It was and still remains a picture of the blood we shed to regain what we had lost. It is a reflection of the dignity of our heritage and the pride that we restored. And because the ultimate act of every liberator is to lay down their weapon, the shield and the spear on our national flag is a symbol of our victory, but it is also a notice of readiness should our heritage of splendor be threatened. According to our founding fathers, therefore, our flag is not just a sentimental piece of fabric decorated in ink. We must always remember that each time it flies, it is blown by the last breath of our liberators as they made their final bow to liberate our country, Kenya. And why did our independence heroes choose these gardens as a place to midwife our young nation? What was the significance of these grounds in the history of our liberation struggle? And what did they want remembered by generations to come? On these very grounds sat the largest concentration camp in colonial Africa, holding up to 10,000 freedom fighters at any one given time. Many of our compatriots were tortured and maimed for life in that camp, and many more unknown heroes died in this field. The horrors of this camp and what inspired our founding fathers was that the tree of freedom must be watered by the blood of our patriots. And that is why on Jamhuri Day 1964, we planted a Mugumo tree as a solemn and symbolic reminder of this eternal truth. Although the colonizers killed the messengers in the camp, they could not kill the message. The liberation fever spread across our nation, and the colonizers had no option but to give in. And why do I call Uhuru Gardens hallowed? It is because our founding fathers wanted us to celebrate this ground as a camp of martyrs and the birthplace of a nation, a place of remembrance, healing, and renewal. Each time we gather at this birthplace of our great nation, we must remember that being free is the easy part, but staying free is the difficult part. And although we are now fully free, we cannot continue to claim freedom casually. Instead, we must begin to practice it and jealously guard it against all threats, both foreign and domestic. The practice of freedom comes with a price. If our heroes paid the price to liberate our nation, we must similarly pay the price of nurturing our freedom. But fundamentally, we must remember that the price today is not the price tomorrow. The price of liberating the nation is not the same price of growing the nation. To keep and nurture our freedom, we have to pay a higher price. And part of this price is to be trustworthy stewards of what our founding fathers passed down to us. So my joy today is that we have been able to restore the sanctity and historical significance of Uhuru Gardens. Following many years of neglect, this historic site had become a den of thieves, and in fact it is on record that part of the 68 acres on which these grounds sit had fallen into the hands of unscrupulous individuals. We have reclaimed it and grabbed the site back and restored its dignity and purity. Yesterday I had the distinct honor of inaugurating these grounds as a monument and a museum of remembrance and a place of unedited history. And we have done this because a progressive nation does not hide its history. It confronts it and endures to correct it so as to change the future. Each time we celebrate our liberation struggle, tradition demands that we ponder a series of questions. Fundamentally, we must ask how